This evening, my co-host, Maggie Rivas Rodriguez, who will be here in a moment, has written an oral history of so many of the men and women de nuestra gente who participated in that horrible war. This evening, we are honored to have many of the men and family here with us this evening. To begin the program, essentially, we're together to recognize a book signing. The men of Company E has been called the toughest Chicano soldiers of World War II. You will be told about it by men much more learned than I, who have written the book, and tell you a little bit about it. Indeed, perhaps show us a little bit of the documentary, and we will take it one by one. But at the end of this, I wish that we would have some of our veterans who are here with us from World War II to identify themselves, say who you are, and where you fought.
I can't imagine how happy I am to be here, because it's taken 2 years to get this book done. Now, there's people all over Texas that were assigned to Company E. Company E started out as an all-Chicano rifle company. The men of Company E. Down below is San Angelo, a small village. And there's a river here. You see the zigzag? Rapido River. And Company E was asked to cross that river. It was a suicide mission. Reconnaissance was made, and they told all the higher-ups it was impossible because the Germans had artillery up there. They could see for miles and miles all the approaching Americans. Oh, man, these are my buddies. We all come from the Segundo Barrio. We know each other. We know the parents. We go to the same schools, the same church. I can't see my guys go across like that. So he insisted that they not go across. And so he was told, hey, you can be subject to a court-martial for disobeying a military order. With 5 guys left out of a company of almost 200 men. Most of them had been wounded, killed, or captured.
He promised the 5 members who were alive that we would write a book about them and that we would deliver a book to them in their hands. Today we are pleased that we are in Austin, Texas, where one of those brave men of Company E, still alive, Ricardo Palacios, is here with us. Mr. Palacios.
Richard Sanchez over here, who was in the Navy during World War II. Raymond Sanchez, I'm sorry. Raymond Sanchez, who's one of my personal heroes. Virgilio Roel, over here. And this Roel was in the military, and then he used the GI Bill to go to law school at Georgetown and ended up becoming an administrative judge. Is that right, Mr. Roel?
A judge?
A judge?
Yeah, federal judge.
Federal judge. Amazing story. Riojas, we just interviewed Mr. Riojas. Mr. Riojas has an amazing, we just interviewed him a couple of weeks ago, and I know that he has an amazing story. They came back, they were beaming. His memory was so precise and so detailed. It was very exciting. So I thank you so much. And Gonzalo Barrientos was elected to the House of Representatives here from Austin at a time when this was very unheard of. People said, what are you doing? You're crazy. And he did it because nobody else was willing to step up. So that's it for my project. But if you look at our newsletter back here, you'll see stories about these people. The last thing I want to say is, you know, Gonzalo Barrientos actually is a real hero to me in a lot of different ways. Here's a man who is called on, and I know this, and I've got to say, here's another person that we interviewed, Jim Estrada over here, who's Vietnam era.
Now you need to say what the website is so people
Oh,
can
the
go there.
website is whatsosoralhistoryproject.org, and it's on our brochure. But Jim Estrada is a Vietnam era veteran, and an amazing man, and actually somebody who's been a huge supporter of our project. Mr. Barrientos has a ton of people calling him all the time asking for favors, to intercede on their behalf with this one and that one, campaign for him here and there, put in a good word. He really has no business doing the stuff that he does. He's supposed to have retired. And here he is, and he answers, the call. So I know one thing that Senator Barrientos will go the extra mile always for the cause, for La Causa. And